The Federal Capital Territory Administration has said that 10 out of the 14 demands presented by workers currently on strike have been met, while the remaining 4 are being addressed. The administration said this in a statement issued on Monday by the Senior Special Assistant to the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory on Public Communications and Social Media, Laro Leinka, who said efforts by the FCTA to resolve the issues had been extensive and ongoing. Workers of the FCTA and the Federal Capital Development Authority on Monday began an indefinite strike, shutting down government activities across Abuja. The industrial action led to the closure of government offices, including the FCTA Secretariat, where heavy security was deployed early in the day. Personnel of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps and the Nigeria Police Force were stationed at the Secretariat entrance, preventing workers from gaining access. The action followed an earlier notice issued by workers on Friday, announcing plans to shut down government offices across the FCT and its area councils. The decision was taken by the Joint Union Action Congress, which directed workers in all cadres to withdraw their services over what it described as the authorities' failure to address long-standing labor and welfare issues. It was gathered that the strike followed the expiration of a 7-day ultimatum issued to the FCTA management, which the union said was ignored despite several meetings during the period. The ultimatum, which took effect from January 7, 2026, was contained in a statement dated January 8 and signed by the JUAC President, Comrade Rifkatu Eortier, and the Secretary, Comrade Abdullahi Saleh. According to the unions, unresolved issues include outstanding promotion arrears, stalled promotions and the continued extension of service for retired directors and permanent secretaries. The unions also alleged that the administration had failed to remit workers' pension contributions and National Housing Fund deductions. WAC further raised concerns about the outcome of the 2024 promotion examinations, describing the exercise as a failure that reportedly affected most of its candidates. However, according to the statement, 10 out of the 14 demands of the workers that are on strike have been met, while other demands are being looked into with a view to addressing them. The FCTA also said that some workers, including those under unions such as the Law Officers Association of Nigeria, have distanced themselves from the strike action. Oleinka said such workers deserve the rights to be allowed access to their offices to perform their duties. He disclosed that top officials of the FCTA had held several meetings with union leaders, including on Saturday and Sunday, to resolve the dispute. Oleinka said that at a meeting with leaders of the Joint Union Action Committee held on Friday, January 16, the demands as well as the interventions of the FCT minister were laid bare, adding that, at no point did the minister express unwillingness to address any of the demands. He said an appeal was made to JUAC officials that other pending issues were not severe enough to warrant the declaration of strike action, and that dialogue should be adopted in resolving all other issues affecting staff welfare in the FCTA. Highlighting progress already made, the statement said one of the demands was the non-payment of outstanding 5 months' wage award, payment of which has commenced. It added that the outstanding 13 months hazard allowance and 22 months rural allowance for health workers have been fully paid by the administration. In addition, the Association of Resident Doctors, Federal Capital Territory, ARD FCTA, was quoted as having written to the FCT minister, Nizam Waik, appreciating him for his exemplary leadership and commitment to the welfare of healthcare workers, as demonstrated by the payment of the long-standing 13 months hazard allowance arrears as well as the payment of 1 month wage award. On promotion arrears, the workers had listed non-payment of 2023 promotion arrears and outstanding 2024 promotion arrears among their demands. The FCTA said the outstanding arrears, amounting to N286,166,772.46 and covering 724 officers across 24 secretariats, departments and agencies, were approved by the minister in December 2025 and are being processed for payment to the beneficiaries. The issue of the elongation of tenure of retired directors and permanent secretaries was also addressed. According to the statement, this matter has been resolved with the minister assuring the workers of strict compliance with the public service rules. On training and retraining of staff, Oleinka said, all SDAs have been directed to forward general and specialized training needs to the Permanent Secretary, Common Services, for onward submission to the Office of the Head of Service for further necessary action. The statement also addressed concerns over the non-remittance of National Housing Fund deductions and pension contributions since May 2025, noting that the matter is the function of workers themselves and has nothing to do with the minister or the FCTA management. It added that the head of service has therefore constituted a committee comprising the workers to holistically address all issues relating to all deductions and remittances. On claims of a defective promotion examination process with a reported pass rate of about 22.5%, the FCTA said, the figures and percentage presented by JUAC had no official backing, and that the union had been advised to await the formal release of the results of the promotion examinations as directed by the minister. The administration further said the issue of overstay of overseeing directors has been reasonably addressed by the conduct of the 2023 promotion for eligible deputy directors, adding that the release of the just concluded 2024 staff promotion by the FCT Civil Service Commission will conclusively address the matter. Oleinka said the minister has made concerted efforts to address the demands of the workers and he will continue to accord them top priority. He added that, given the efforts already made, the strike action embarked on by JUAC is unnecessary, ill-motivated and obviously aimed at achieving purposes other than the welfare of the workers. The FCTA also called on security agencies to ensure that workers who have opted not to be part of the strike have access to their offices to carry out their lawful duties unhindered. Quote,